Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last class, we were discussing about the periodic table and its classification. That how to classify the periodic table in the form of S, P, D and F block. So, this classification is dependent upon its electronic configuration. An element is classified as S block element, P block element, D block element or F block element on the basis of its electronic configuration. So first you should know how to write the electronic configuration. What is electronic configuration? Arrangement of electrons. Arrangement of electrons in its orbit is called electronic configuration. So how to write the electronic configuration? For that, we should first understand Bohr's atomic model. Before that, we have many other models like J.J. Thomson's model, Rutherford model, Dalton's atomic model and all. But this one is valid atomic model. That all models was a failure, and now till today we follow this atomic model of writing electronic configuration or for structure of an atom. So what does this Bohr's atomic model tells us? This atomic model is proposed by the scientist Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr is the name of scientist who has proposed this atomic model, that is Bohr's atomic model. So what does he told? He told that in the center of the atom, nucleus is present. What is there in the center of the atom? Nucleus. And this nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons. That means protons positive charge, neutrons neutral charge. So in the center of the atom, nucleus is present in which protons and neutrons are present. As these protons and neutrons are present inside the nucleus, they are also called as nucleons. As these protons and neutrons are present inside the nucleus, they are also called as nucleons. And according to him, the structure of an atom is spherical. That means atom is spherical in shape. Atom is spherical in shape, and in the center nucleus is present in which protons and neutrons are present. Then what about electrons? Electrons revolve around this nucleus as planets revolve around the sun. What do electrons do? Electrons revolve around the nucleus as planets revolve around the sun. So these electrons which revolves around the nucleus, they are in definite orbit, definite circular orbit, and they are designated as K, L, M, N. These are the name of the orbits, that is K, L, M, N. These orbits, stationary orbits, they are also called as energy levels or energy shells. Why they are called energy levels and energy shells? See, I have told you that electrons revolve around the nucleus. As this electron revolves around the nucleus continuously, it exhibits an acceleration, and if any body exhibits an acceleration, then it needs continuous amount of energy. So this electron is getting energy from this orbit. Why? Because this orbit has a discrete amount of energy. That's why this orbit is also called as energy shells or energy orbits. And they are named as K, L, M, N. Now the question rises, how many electrons are there in the orbit? Is the indefinite number or indefinite number of electrons? How you can judge that how many electrons are present in a definite orbit? That means in K shell how many electrons are there? In L shell how many electrons are there? M how many? N how many? How to find it out? Then the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a shell is given by the formula 2n square. The maximum number of electrons that is present in a shell is given by the formula 2n square, where n is the number of orbit. N value is 1 for first orbit, 2 for second orbit, 3 for third orbit, and 4 for fourth orbit. So when you substitute n value here, you will find out that in K shell, there can be only 2 electrons. In the K shell, there can be only 2 electrons. Whereas in L shell, then there can be how many electrons? 8 electrons. Similarly, in the M shell, there can be 18 electrons. And in N shell, there can be 32 electrons. These are the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in that specific orbits or specific shells. Not more than this. That means first shell cannot contain 3 electrons. It can contain 1 electron but not 3 electrons. Why so? That we will also see here. So this is the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a shell is given by the formula 2n square. What was the first postulate? That atoms are spherical in shape and in the center nucleus is present in which protons and neutrons are present. As protons and neutrons are present inside the nucleus, they are called as nucleons. Electrons revolve around nucleus in certain circular orbit, which is also called as energy shells, as they have discrete amount of energy in it. The maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a shell is given by the formula 2n square. Now, when we supply any amount of energy in the form of heat, light or anything, then what happens? Electrons jump from lower orbit to the higher orbit or higher to lower. If an electron gains energy, it jumps from lower energy level to the higher energy level. And if an atom loses energy, then electron jumps from higher energy level to the lower energy level. So how much is that energy? That energy, heat or lost, that is E1 minus E2, is directly proportional to nu, where nu is frequency of radiation. The energy which is gained or lost is directly proportional to nu. As you all know, to remove this proportionality symbol and keep here equal to, we use a constant, and here we are using constant as h. And what is that h? H is Planck's constant. As this equation is given by the famous scientist Max Planck, this h is called Planck's constant. So, the energy which is gained or lost is given by the equation E1 minus E2 is equal to h nu. So, this was about the Bohr's model. In the next class, we will see how to write the electronic configuration of an element. Now, I hope you all like this video. If you like, then kindly like it, share and subscribe.